I ended my last video talking about this a little bit, and it's sometimes you have to give in to the lusts. Sometimes you have to give in to the desires and burn them up out of your system in order for you to become free of them. Now, a lot of people in the religious community or spiritual community might say, like, no, you have to resist your sin, your desires. You cannot sin. You have to stay away. But listen, sometimes we have to go through the cycles. Sometimes we have to feel. Sometimes we have to actually, indulge in the things that we know are destroying us, because now you're on the path of wanting to become more like Christ, wanting to raise your consciousness, wanting to, step into your true potential and your purpose. So you don't want to go back to doing the things that you used to do that have no benefit. But sometimes the feeling and the urge and the temptation and the triggers are so strong that you actually can't control it. You haven't gotten the strength to control it. Sometimes this happens to me. I know in the past, an external situation would trigger me and the feelings would arise. Let's just say, since we're talking about the lusts of the flesh, about a year ago, I'm being completely transparent with you guys. About a year ago, I got involved with a woman in a sort of friends of benefits. And I knew in my heart I shouldn't be doing this. But the temptation and the desire was so strong that I wasn't strong enough yet to not give into it, to avoid it. I was pulled into it. The energy, there's, guys, something about the feminine energy, it just pulls you in, I'm telling you. But we eventually can gain strength to no longer give into that. But I was in a situation where I was pulled in, I gave in, but the whole time I was going through this cycle or this situation with her, which I found out was a cycle that was happening in my life, I was conscious of it, meaning I was aware. I was aware of the feelings. I was aware of the consequences of my actions. I was aware how it took up a lot of my mental bandwidth. It took up a lot of my time and my energy. And I knew I shouldn't have been doing this. I knew I shouldn't have given in. But I felt the desire, it was so strong that I couldn't avoid it at that time. But guess what? It's been a year and I've been going strong ever since. See, I had to fall into those temptations. I had to fall into that lower frequency or sin. I use different words here because different people resonate with different words, but I had to fall into that in order to see that it wasn't beneficial to my life anymore. And that's not the path that I want to go down anymore. Some of you guys have had that situation going on in your life with somebody that you shouldn't be, giving into those desires, but you're doing it anyways. I just want to tell you that it's okay. Like, that's why they say God is a God of forgiveness, because he forgives our wrongdoings, and he knows that we're not sometimes strong enough to say no and avoid those desires. Therefore, I believe he gives those challenges to us, those situations to us, in order for us to gain that strength, because without those situations, we would not be able to gain the strength and gain the wisdom. I mean, look at King Solomon. He had, 700 wives? And he's the wisest man in the world? Well, if I had 700 wives, I'd be the wisest man in the world too. I would know every single angle, every word they say, and I would know everything. 700 wives, 700 women? Now, it was probably symbolic. I doubt it was really 700 women, but the symbolic meaning of it, even if you look at it as if he truly had 700 wives, I mean, you will learn a lot from 700 different women. You would know everything. So sometimes you have to go through those situations in order to learn from them and to gain the strength. And guys, I want to be more transparent in these videos and share, my shortcomings and how I feel. I don't want to be like that ultimate, pure, sinless teacher like the religious leaders present themselves to be. They wear the robes and they wear the religious outfits, and they have the necklaces and they have the religious hats on, and they speak the religious words, and they do I'm not like that. I want to be real. Yes, I'm a teacher. I consider myself a teacher. Sometimes I do have videos where I teach, and I'm the teacher, and when you come, it's a classroom. But other videos like this, I'm teaching, but I'm also speaking from experience. And hopefully my experience helps you, because I know just teaching and saying, don't do this, don't do that, is not really going to help you. But if I share my story with you guys and different stories that happened in my life, it's actually going to help you. And I actually enjoy making these videos. But yeah, sometimes, guys, you got to go through it. Sometimes you're not strong enough to overcome the feelings and resist them. But at the same time, I want you to hear me out. At the same time, that doesn't give you a ticket to just go sin and do whatever you want. No, you still want to actually put effort towards not doing it. Put effort towards avoiding the lower nature animal desires. And that's why I found meditation to be the most powerful practice to help one do that. Because you sit in silence with yourself, with your thoughts, with your feelings, and you don't give in. Consciously, intentionally, you don't give in. You practice non-reaction when you're sitting there with your thoughts. You have to do this. I mean, if you found a better way besides meditation, let me know. But meditations would completely change my life, sitting with my thoughts, sitting with my feelings, allowing them to come through, not giving into them, because that translates to my life when I go out into the world and I start experiencing life. This is where true spiritual growth happens. It doesn't necessarily happen on the meditation mat. It translates that which you did on the meditation mat or wherever you meditate, that translates into your everyday experience of life. So when situations arise, you will remember that non-reaction that you practiced while you were sitting in meditation and you didn't react to the feelings and thoughts that arose. You will remember that, and you will not react to the feelings and thoughts that arise during that life situation. This takes practice. Yeah, it sounds like a cool concept. Some of you guys are like, oh, I get it. That makes sense. Yeah, cool concept, but it's harder. It's easier said than done. You actually have to go sit in your meditation. You have to actually do it every single day. You have to actually allow your problems to dissolve in meditation. Thinking it through, loops of thoughts, it's not going to help you. You have to actually sit and do the meditation. I know I keep saying this, it's getting redundant, but I want to make sure that it's like tattooed in your brain so you get it. So you actually go do it and you become that man of Christ, that man of God, that purpose-driven man that you want to be, or woman if you're watching this video. Mostly I've been speaking to men recently because I'm actually creating I'm waiting on an order for a 40-day mental detox challenge. This 40-day mental detox challenge, comes in a notebook, form of a notebook or a workbook, a high quality journal. It's 40 days to completely detox your mind, help you discover your purpose and design your dream life and develop faith that it's possible within 40 days. I'm going to share more information about that with you guys soon. But that's the 40-day mental detox challenge. That it's mostly for men, but I think I'm going to make it for women too. It's just easier to speak to one specific person. However, I know this message really resonates with both. So that's just where I'm at with it right now. And stay strong, keep your head up, and don't give in to the temptations. But if you have to give in to the temptations, don't beat yourself up for doing it. Just stay conscious throughout the whole process. Stay aware, look at the consequences, see if it's worth it, and you will realize it's not. It's all temporary. You want to live for spirit, not the flesh. All right? That's all for this one. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. It supports the channel greatly and it gets this video out to more people. Much peace and love. I'll see you in the next one.